Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 3 who will present the project presentations of time series analysis and forecasting STA570 on Univariate modeling techniques of SP Setia Berhad. We will be presenting this to Madam Noreha binti Muhammad Yusuf. Next. There are four members, including me, KHAIRUNNISHA Amira binti Johar.
My name is Ahmad ZULHAKIM bin Azhar.
My name is Muhammad Afiq Mukhriz bin Shahruzain.
And my name is Muhammad Nur HAZWAN bin Zulfemi.
Without further ado, I will start the presentation with the introductions of the project. We choose this company for our research because SP Setia Berhad target sales for this year 2021 is 3.8 billion ringgit Malaysia. The importance of forecasting variable of interest is that it can be tools for decision making where the company can take note on the forecast value. Do you know why? This is because to use it as reference for developing future decisions of or plans which applicable to avoid subsequent loss in revenues in the future. It is said that the revenue could be lessened due to restrict standard operating procedure SOP on site.
Okay. The research objective for the production of rubber is to study the pattern of the production of the rubber. Secondly, it is to determine whether this model can be used for forecasting or not. Other than that, it is to estimate the most significant independent variable that describe the production of the rubber. Okay, that's it for research objective.
Next, for the data description, in the data description, we will show the graph of close price data of SP Setia against year. We collected 200 data from the year 2008 to the year 2021. In early part of the graph, as we can see, the pattern is not stable, which means it's sometimes increasing and sometimes it's decreasing. Mostly, the graph is decreasing, especially since the COVID-19 outbreak occurred in 2019. Also, in the later part of the graph, we can see that the graph is slowly going upward as the company has taken a good way to deal with the pandemic to make sure their sale is not in jeopardy. Next.
Okay, next we move to the next point, which is the method of analysis. For the first one is knife forecast. This model strongly believe that what happens today will happen again tomorrow or any other times in the future. We want to examine some things that will happen in the future by using the same situation happens today. That's the variable be yt and corresponding value at the times t equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, t to be y1, y2, y3, y4, and yt. So hence, mathematically, the model can be represented as ft plus m equal to mt. So we know that m is the number of step ahead. For example, what is our expenses for the next year? Let's say this year our expenses of the books is 1,000. So the next year is still 1,000. It's performed well in the series which exhibit a slow change in the fluctuation. The data series is smoothly increased. We know that this model is a benchmark model, usually fitted against more complex model. First model before we use the other technique. Basically, we can compare the knife forecast model with the value of error measure for another technique. So we can see and get which one is the lowest value. Next.
Okay. The second method of analysis is average of method. I will explain about the method of average. It is the series that fluctuates randomly around a constant value. The mean of the data set provides a good estimate of the forecast value. However, the existence of extreme values may significantly influence the outcome of the forecast. The formula for the method of average is forecast equals to total of yt divided by total of number observation in the time series.
Next is method of analysis, which is single exponential smoothing techniques, where it is the simplest form in exponential smoothing techniques family. This is the general equation where the focus value is equivalent to alpha multiplied to previous value add up to 1 minus alpha which multiplied to previous focus. The advantage of using this method toward moving average is that the most recent focus is included. It is the best to use this method when the data series has no significant trend, no seasonality pattern, and other underlying pattern.
Okay, the last method of analysis that we use is the double exponential smoothing technique. This method is useful for series that exhibit a linear trend characteristic. It also has the ability to generate multiple ahead forecasts, mean that it can generate 1, 2, 3, and 4 ahead forecast values. There are four main equations involved, that is ST, S prime T, AT, and also BT, that are used in step ahead forecast. The equation is able to generate multiple ahead forecasts by using equation Ft plus M equal to At plus Bt time M, where M is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Alpha is the unknown smoothing constant to be determined by using solver in Microsoft Excel, with value lying between 0 and 1. And the next part will be continued by Afiq Mukhriz.
Okay, so we move to the next point, which is the analysis. For the model, for the first model, we use the knife forecast model. As the result, this is the graph of the close price of SP Setia by using the knife forecast. Knife forecast. As we can see, the data series from 2018 until 2020 is smoothly decreased, and it changed smoothly increased from 2020 until 2021. So meaning that by using this model, it shows that the data series is same goes to the actual data series. It is because the formula is Ft plus M equal to Yt. So it means that whatever happen in future, it same goes to the actual situation. This model works best only when the actual historical data series contains no discernible pattern. That is the series which exhibit a slow change wherever it trend or fluctuation. This is not the best model because it must be compared to other of the model. So we can know which one is the best model for this data set. We need to calculate the value of mean square error, MSE, and the mean absolute percentage error, MAPE, so that we can identify the best model by seeing the value of MSE evaluation. Next model.
Okay, next, I will explain about method of average for SP Setia Berhad. Based on the graph, it shows that the close price decreased from 2018 to 2020 and it is started increase from 2020 to 2021. The fitted price for SP Setia Berhad remains constant, which is 1.6891 for every year. We can get the fitted price by calculate the average of the close price. The mean of the data set provide a good estimate of the forecast value.
Table shown is the analysis of single exponential smoothing techniques using solver, where the best alpha value is applied to the model, which minimizes the errors. Hence, there is no significant difference in values of close price and the fitted price. Next.
In the analysis part of the double exponential smoothing technique, we will compare the graph that had been made by the Excel for this method with the actual one. As we can see in the graph of the close price of SPCTA using double exponential technique by solver, the line between the actual graph, that is the blue line, and the double exponential smoothing technique graph, that is the red line, only show the relative small differences. This shows that any sudden change in the current data will not severely affect the accuracy of the forecast value. Next.
Okay, so we move to the result. So firstly, by using the knife forecast, after we calculate the mean square error, which is the MSE for the estimation, so we get the 0.0109, while the evaluation of MSE, we get the 0.0053. And next, after we calculate the mean absolute percentage error, which is MAP, by using the knife forecast for estimation, we get the 5.0567, and then the evaluation for MAPE, we get the 4.3533.
The estimation The estimation mean square error MSE for every forecast is 0.7494 and the evaluation is 0.3762. Meanwhile, the estimation mean absolute percentage error MAPE for average forecast is 51.4033 and the evaluation for average forecast is 56.9153.
Next is result obtained from the single exponential smoothing techniques by using alpha equals to 0.75862 as the best value alpha obtained through solver is 0.0109 MSE estimation and 0.0052 as MSE evaluation. We also obtained the MAPE estimation is 4.3695 and MAPE evaluation is 4.3007.
As for the result in double exponential smoothing technique, by using the best alpha value, that is 0.505622 accurate in solver, we can get the value of mean square error estimation, MSE estimation, is 0.0122. Meanwhile, for the MSE evaluation is 0.0059. The value of mean absolute percentage error estimation, MAPE estimation for the double exponential smoothing technique is 4.8362. Meanwhile, for the MAPE evaluation is 4.9946. Next.
Okay, so in conclusion, we know that the best fitted model for SP Setia Berhad is by using the single exponential smoothing technique, because the error of the MSE and the MAPE of this model is smaller than the other models. So we know that by using single exponential smoothing technique, the focus value for the next week is on 8 November 2021, and the one step ahead forecast value for single exponential smoothing technique is the value is 1.461331. So I think that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.